All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today. This is being brought to you by necessity. My name is Travis Klein, mentor and coach at the Profit Trading Academy. And what I've come to realize here lately is that I have committed a great sin. Yes, I have created a great sin. You are hearing that correctly. I have skipped over some steps. I have just jumped into the deep end of trading and sharing all kinds of different strategies and techniques and so on and so forth, and did not even bother to cover the foundation or the basis or the ground level of what a stock option is. So I realized I needed to take the car, take it out of drive, shift gears, put it in reverse, and go back to the beginning to help those better understand what a stock option truly is so that you can really grasp the power of what can be done with them once we go ahead and increase our knowledge and database. So what we're looking at here today is what is a stock option. Let's continue. So we're just going to use an example. We'll just take a company. We'll just say it, a very popular company. And let's say that company's share price is $100. So that means that right now, if you wanted to own one share of this particular company, it would cost you $100. So simple enough so far. That's in the traditional, that's just purchasing a traditional stock of any company. Now, let's say we wanted to up the ante. So on this company that costs $100 per share, if we want to buy 100 shares, we're looking at a price tag of $10,000. Now we're going to keep this very simple. As babies in trading, most people that are being introduced to the world of stock options are babes in either their trading careers or their investment knowledge. But for most people, they're not very comfortable putting $10,000 into any one stock. Some probably aren't even comfortable putting $10,000 into their portfolios. However, there are different types of investors. And for some on the other end of the spectrum, $10,000 is just a drop in the bucket depending on their portfolio. However, for the purposes of this video, most people are not going to spend $10,000 on one stock. Not as a baby, not as a beginner, not as being introduced to something new. So there is a caveat. What we have here that you're looking at now is just an example of a brokerage account of what goes on in the back end of a options account. So this can look very confusing. I do understand, but what we're looking at right here is what we want to focus on is this highlighted line here. I'm going to go to the next slide, and what it's going to do is going to magnify these numbers so that they're a little bit easier to see. So on that particular line that we just mentioned in the last slide, each of these prices here, we're not going to go over all of them. We just want to focus on the one here in red. It says $2.64. So this $2.64 is the price of a contract. So we're dealing with stock options. What a stock option does, or what it is simply a contract to control or have the power as though you have 100 shares of a said company, like the one we used as an example before. So in this example here, this particular company or in this particular contract, you're looking at $264. The reason that is because you would purchase, or you have control or the power of 100 shares of a stock. So you take this number, $2.64, and multiply it by 100, and that's how we get the number 264 here. So now we have a decision to make. Do we want to outright own 100 shares of a company, purchasing them at their full retail price of $10,000? Or do we want to have the perks or the power and control over those 100 shares of stock at $264? Now, this is going to be a matter of personal preference. However, this is just one of the many strategies that can be employed or used in the world of stock options. So here you end up with a no-brainer. Most people are going to opt for the far lesser of the two, which is the $264. And we're going to just zoom in on it a little bit more just to bring this home and put it into a better perspective. So today on this said company, we're just going to look over here at this number here in red. We'll just blow this up a little bit. We can see 535. That means that the price went down $5.35. So going back to the example of an option, and that option being a contract, and that contract giving you the ability to control 100 shares of a stock. If you have 100 shares and it moves $5 the way you wanted it to, we can easily see how there's a profit differential there, a difference in price. So that $5 move for every single contract that you have is $535 in this particular instance. And that's just one contract. For our students and those that trade options, it's not uncommon to purchase 10 contracts, 25 contracts, 100 contracts. And as you can see, the multiple or the multiplier just, it goes up at such a big rate or big number. That's why people that participate in playing options can play it in the way that they do, or you see them generate profit so fast, is because of this leverage tool that you have here. So you get the benefits of having 100 shares of a stock. However, you don't have the responsibility or the financial obligation of purchasing 100 shares of a stock outright. And that is the power of stock options. So if this made sense and if you'd like to learn more, we share information like this each and every Saturday. Right now, we're doing those at 10 o'clock, and we can be followed for the link to join those meetings. Right now, it's on Facebook, but you can also go to check us out on LinkedIn to see about our articles that have been published, where we go into a bit more information on the world of trading, some of the ups, downs, and things that could make you more successful in that journey. So again, I hope this helps, and I look forward to being able to serve you to a much higher capacity in the future. Thank you for your time.